Hi, I'm Dustin Warncke. Welcome to my hunt, and I'm here today back in Mason, Texas, where I took my first deer of the year back in November. I got invited back to this ranch to hunt again, and I'm excited about being out here. And I'm hunting today with my AR-15 from Olympic Arms. I love this gun. I've got the Texas flag on the mag wrap. Got a free float tube. It's one of my favorite guns. I really enjoy this gun. And Olympic Arms makes a fine AR-15 for sure. So I'm really accurate with this gun. I know on the last video I missed a deer with my Mosin Nagant, but then I nailed one later that day. And I'm pretty confident in my shooting, and I practice a lot. And I know that I'll be confident on this hunt as well. So I'm back out in Mason, Texas, having a lot of fun out at a private ranch, and we'll see how I do. Thanks for watching. Oh, that was a pretty good shot. I neck shoot deer with a 223 because it's an efficient, light, fast round to hunt with. And I normally don't recommend, young shooters or people that are just new to the sport of hunting to hunt with a 223 for deer, because it can wound deer, if you don't hit them right in the neck and drop them immediately. It can, if you take a behind the shoulder shot, it's not necessarily as good of a round for that, but for a neck shot, it's perfect, and it did its job this morning. So thank you, Olympic Arms, for the 223, and I'm excited. We'll go get our deer. Well, here we are again. Awesome hunt. Great 223 round right in the neck of this deer, and I'm excited to be out here, man. It feels great to be out in God's country again. So I'm excited about this hunt. I've been excited about coming out here again, and I know it's just a spike, but to me they're all, they're all important. They're all memorable, and that's the way I look at it. So thanks so much for watching us. back on the video camera again, and made it out here to Brady, Texas for another year, and I'm excited. I always look forward to this hunt every year, and Mr. Broad, the gentleman that allows me to come hunt on this property, is a very kind man, and he has kind of a management program going on over here. And so I'm excited about this. I had to miss this hunt 2 years ago because one of us got sick, or my child got sick, or my father-in-law got sick, and I do all these West Central Texas hunts with my father-in-law in Mason and Brady, and he got sick 1 year, so we just couldn't make it happen. So I'm always heartbroken when I can't come here. This is a great ranch, and it's a family ranch. It's a private ranch, like most ranches in Texas are. We're about 97% private owned here in Texas, and that makes for some good hunting, but also you have to manage your property very well if you want to see quality deer. And so I typically don't come out here to shoot horns. I typically come out here to shoot meat, although I have some horns on my wall, the shoulder mount of a very nice deer I took here, and then some Euro mounts of some other deer that were really nice that I've taken out here over the years. So, but I'm excited, and thank you so much for joining me and this hunt. I'm hunting out here tonight with my AR-15 from Olympic Arms in 223 or 5.56. Got the Texas flag on the mag wrap. Hunted with this gun many times before. You've seen any of my other videos, you've seen that. I did not have a hunt from earlier this year because when I went to Mason early season this year, kind of, I guess a few weeks after gun season started, I missed 2 deer. I actually missed 1 deer, and I missed filming 2 deer with the kill shot, so I didn't have much of a hunting video. I forgot to hit the record button, so it's the first time in 5 years of filming my own hunts, or filming somebody else's hunts for that matter, that I've ever not hit the record button when it was go time, and I feel like a big dummy for not doing that, but it happens sometimes in filming your own hunts. You get kind of excited in the moment and wanted to make an accurate shot, and sometimes you forget to hit the record button. So that happened to me my last hunt out in this area of West Central Texas, and so out in Brady, and hoping to get something tonight. So thank you so much for joining me on this hunt, and hopefully it will be a good one today. We're going to, feeder just went off, and we're going to wait to see what shows up and see if we can get us a doe, a cull buck, or a spike buck. That's what we're aiming for tonight. So wish me luck. This is a really nice blind I'm in too. This is like a really like the Four Seasons compared to some of the places I've hunted. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well out there, and thanks so much for tuning in and watching my videos. That's a dead doe, baby. 100-yard shot. Well, it's about, I don't want to say 75 to 100 yards with the 223 in the neck. And that's what you want them to do, is fall over like that. And that's why I hunt with the 223, because I typically take neck shots. And exciting hunt, like always. It's always a challenge to make those neck shots like that. Thanks so much for watching. Well, I'm about out of camera light, but I at least wanted to show you guys what I use for ammo for these doe hunts and these spike hunts that I go on in Brady and Mason. And I have in my AR-15 223 Hornady Spire Points. I'll show that to the camera. They're a good, solid soft point from Hornady, and they get a lot of jobs done for me in the woods. They're good for predators. They're great for hogs. I've killed some hogs with them. They're great for just hunting, you know, in the wild. And they have great expansion. I've even taken shoulder shots. I took a shoulder shot on my last hunt on a spike. I didn't catch it on film, but I caught a shoulder shot, and he went down within 20 yards, you know. So, you know, if you hunt with the right ammunition for a AR-15, you don't really have anything to worry about. What I started using before I got into reloads is Federal Fusion ammunition, and that's a kind of premium bonded ammunition, and that's a really nice premium ammunition to shoot in these, and it shoots about the same. Everything I shoot out of here flies about the same. Another one that I picked up recently is a Remington Hog Hammer ammunition, and I'm excited about that. So let's go see our doe. So this here is a typical Texas doe. I shot her in the neck, at the base of the neck, with a Hornady 60 grain spire point 223 in my AR-15. And a lot of people ask me why we hunt over feeders in Texas when I do these videos like this. The main reason is we have so many deer, and we need to herd, you know, manage that herd the best way that we can. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to bring them to a food source. But I really don't see it any different than hunting a food plot or hunting any kind of, you know, cornfield or any kind of other natural food source like that. We just don't have very many natural food sources in Texas because it's so dry in a lot of regards. So I get that question a lot. I wanted to at least address that on one of my videos. This is an Olympic Arms 223 AR-15. Great weapon. I've killed a lot of deer with it and a lot of hogs, and hopefully we'll have some more fun this weekend. But it's Friday afternoon and we got us a doe. And just want to thank you so much again for watching our videos and checking us out. Hi there, this is Dustin Warncke, and welcome to this segment of Gun Tales. Today I'm going to be talking about advanced rifle cleaning, and not basically how to clean a rifle, but some do's and don'ts that I see a lot of folks in the firearms community have issues with. And I'll go over that with one of my favorite firearms I have before you. This is a Remington 742 Woodmaster. And it is one of my favorite guns of all times because it is a family heirloom. This gun was actually handed down from my grandfather to my dad and handed down from my dad to me. So it's one of those types of firearms. And this is actually chambered in .308. Many like it out there have surface rust. I've seen at gun shows. There's a few of these at just about every gun show I go to I see. But surface rust, most of them are chambered 30-06, and very few of them have the ebony fore-end tip and the checkering and that kind of stuff, which is what I love about this particular rifle. So anyway, this is a family heirloom. I want to take care of this and pass this on to my children and grandchildren and so on and so forth when they get old enough to shoot. So for that reason, what I'm going to talk about today are some do's and don'ts. And most all of us learned how to clean a gun from going to the sporting goods store and going to, you know, kind of do the normal thing you normally do when you've got to buy a rifle cleaning kit and go buy the regular rifle cleaning kit. I have no problem with whomever makes these, but these are the particular rifle cleaning kit, just an average one you'd find at the store, and they're fine. They have patches, they've got bore brushes and patch holders and everything like that in there that you need to clean about just about any kind of caliber. The one thing that they have I do not like are the 3-piece cleaning rods. Most of them used to come steel like this, which is just a regular metal rod that's 3 pieces. I just have this one setting up for cleaning pistols and that kind of stuff that don't require a lot of barrel work and where I don't have to worry about marring the bore. But the main reason I brought this along is this is actually one that I got on a newer rifle kit, and this is a brass cleaning rod, which is a little bit better, but still not my final choice for cleaning a firearm. The reason is steel and brass is a little bit nicer on rifle barrels, but whenever you put steel against other steel when you're dealing with cleaning a rifle barrel, you can get some barrel wear, you can get all kinds of issues with your crown, especially if you had to clean a gun like this, and that's why I brought this gun, because it's semi-automatic. You have to clean it with the action open and with cleaning it from the muzzle down to the breech. And certainly you want to try to clean from the breech to the muzzle as much as you can, and that's just kind of a general rule of thumb. But one thing that a lot of times a lot of people forget is when you're cleaning here, these rifle 3-piece rods can get unscrewed
and can catch on to the sides of the barrel, which just grates on my nerves to even think about that. And then you also have the issues of steel, especially scratching the inside of the rifle barrel. And there's been one firearms company I saw a commercial on years ago of a guy pouring sand into the muzzle of his rifle barrel, and the whole point is, hey, you wouldn't do this to a rifle. Why are you cleaning with a steel rod? So what's come out subsequent to that by a different company and different companies, because there's several that have firearm cleaning instruments out there, is the one-piece coated cleaning rod, and that's what I own, and I use this for firearm cleaning jobs where I absolutely have to have a cleaning rod. So basically, that's a better choice in that regard. If you do need a cleaning rod and do need to run a bore brush heavy up and down the barrel, the cleaning rod that's coated is not going to scratch the sides of the barrel, which is important, and also is going to be nicer on the crown, which is, again, the last thing that your bullet will see as it exits your rifle. So the crown is important, and I've seen plenty of rifles and owned a rifle or two that's had crown damage inside the crown and barrel damage right at the crown, which is going to affect accuracy tremendously. I had a Yugoslavian Mauser that was actually cleaned with a steel cleaning rod back in the Serbian days, probably when the soldier had it, and who knows, when or what that gun went through, but it had some crown damage and accuracy issues because it was cleaned with a one-piece steel cleaning rod that was not coated. So brass is better, steel's a no-no in my humble opinion. Coated is best if you're going to use that. What's even better though, what's even the far best, is going to be if you get you a carbon fiber rod, and there are a couple of different manufacturers that make those, but coated rod, one piece at the very least, in my humble opinion, if you're going to use a cleaning rod. That brings me to something else. As you're cleaning, another option is a bore snake, and there's a couple of companies that make bore snakes out there. This one is a Hops, I believe, bore snake, chambered in 308, or not chambered, but the size is a 308 bore snake, and I have one for my 22, I've got one for the 270, I've got one for, you can even get them for shotguns and that kind of stuff as well, but basically it just goes into the top of the, you just drop this little brass part down here into the actual breech, run it into the chamber of the rifle, and it runs out to the crown. At the end of the muzzle, you pull it straight through, just like you pull through, anything else, any other kind of instrument. I'm a musician, so this is very similar. I always equate it to cleaning a flute or a clarinet, because you're going through a pipe, basically, in a barrel, and basically cleaning out the inside of it. What it does is gives you a little bit of a brass bore brush on the tip of it here. What I typically do is we'll spray some cleaning product on the top of that area before you get to the actual bore brush area, and that bore brush over time can wear down. So sometimes if you need a heavier, especially if you've done some heavy shooting, it's okay to use a standard one-piece cleaning rod, preferably carbon fiber or coated, to go through there and work some of that loose before using one of this. But I found the bore brush to be the most effective, rather, on getting all the way through this and cleaning it effectively and efficiently and quickly as well. Very fast way to clean a rifle is with a bore brush snake like this. So basically just run it through there a couple of times and then run a patch or just put a little bit of extra oil on the tip of this or the end of this. As you run it through one last time, you'll be in good shape, and that will take care of your rifle. Another thing that I've started using lately is one of our other sponsors. This is the Q-Max company, Q-Max with two X's. Q20 Blue is their water displacement, rust preventer, and lubricant for firearms. I use that over the entire bluing of the firearms just because I love to keep my rifles rust free. And this is not the best smelling product in the world, but it works. And Bill and Randy at Mac and Prowler have used this many times on several different rifle projects that they've had. And as a matter of fact, very recently, Prowler's son had some guns damaged in a house fire. Prowler went through and did a whole segment on cleaning those guns out with the Q20 Blue. And I've used it just on all of my rifles that I own currently, just to keep the sheen in there, just to make sure the rust stays off of there. This is a great preservative and lubricant and rust preventer. So you want to use a good product like the Q-Max Blue 20 on Q20 Blue, and to keep your rifles completely clean and free of rust. And if you've got surface rust, you can just take maybe a real thin steel wool, such as maybe a triple-aught or quadruple-aught, and shine that down a little bit, and you'll get rid of some of the surface rust. But use a product like this to take all that off and make sure that you do a finish coat of this. You don't want to go too heavy on anything like this either. As I've said in a previous segment on buying a used rifle, you're going to run into some guns that are going to have some kind of inletting wear because the rifle's been over oiled, and you'll see dark spots in rifle stocks for that reason. You do not want to over oil. Just a small coat and just a real light coat. They almost say like a micrometer. Very, very small, thin coat of this type of preservative and lubricant is going to be what you need. Gun oil, if you will, is going to be what you need to kind of get over that firearm in that regard. So basically, you just want to take care of your guns. You want to make sure that they are preserved. You want to make sure that they are rust-free and that they work well. A clean gun is a happy gun. And another thing that you can do is make sure that your action area is clean. And using a product like Gun Scrubber or Break Free or any of those kind of products that have a little nozzle like this where you can just attach it on there and squirt it into the action of a semi-automatic, especially in that regard, of where you can't open up the bolt like you can a bolt action and get into there and get all that gunk out of there. It's going to make sure that your guns do not malfunction in the woods when it comes to being able to fire them over and over again and make sure that your guns are working properly and safely as well. Clean gun's a happy gun, and one thing that most people know me for is making sure that I have very, very clean guns. Every time I come home from the gun range, those guns go directly outside and I clean them and I take care of them and I oil them up and I put them away. That's the way things work in my household, because anybody that knows me knows that I take impeccable care of my guns, and you won't find a lot of rust and wear and pitting and dirty bores and that kind of stuff because I take good care of my rifles. And I invite you to do the same, because again, these are heritage. These are our pastime. This is a way to pass this on to your kids and grandchildren and so on and so forth. And firearms these days are designed to last for generations. And what you really want to do is take care of those things and make sure that they really do turn in to an heirloom, much like this rifle right here. For this segment of Gun Tales, I'm Dustin Warncke. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching us today. And shoot straight.
Hi there, I'm Dustin Warncke. Welcome to a gun hunt in Mason, Texas. So far this season, I've hunted quite a bit with my bow and have had a game camera go down on me, had a feeder timer go down on me, and then had another game camera go down on me. So it's been a rough season so far, but it's 20th of November, and I'm hoping to kill a doe tonight, or a spike buck or a management buck of some kind, but probably a doe if that's what comes out. And I'm hunting today with my beloved Mosin Nagant yet again. This is one of my most popular videos whenever I put this gun out there. I get a lot of hits on YouTube, and so I loved hunting with it. Last time I shot a video about a year ago of me doing a hog hunt with it, and I thought I'd do a deer hunt with it this time and have some fun with it. 1943 Mosin Nagant. This has a JMax scope mount on it, a Leopold scope, 2-7 variable VR1, I think, or VXR, I'm sorry, VXR, 2-7 by 33, and bolt bin by Max Shepard. It's a great gun, shoots really well. I'm a big fan of this gun, and I love being able to hunt with a gun that's over 70 years old that probably served in a war, that's an old war relic. So I'm excited about tonight. And like I say, it's been a tough season. This is the first hopeful kill hunt I'm going to get this season. But it's been rough so far, and so I finally decided to break out the guns and break out the old Soviet guns and go deer hunting this year. And I'll probably do some hog hunting later in the year, but so far so good. I'm out here in Mason, Texas, which is kind of central west Texas or west central Texas. I'm not sure exactly how to say it. It's northwest of Austin quite a bit, about 2-hour drive away from where I live in Leander, which is northwest of Austin. And I'm out here like I am on my Brady trip that I typically take annually, which I did not take last year. I'm out here on a gun hunt with my father-in-law. We're on a property that is owned by a friend of his, and I'm excited about this because there are a lot of deer, there are a lot of turkeys. There's not any hogs out here yet, at least. But and I hope it's going to stay that way, because hogs can be a nuisance for sure. If you watch any of my other videos, you know that. But I'm excited about this. I'm very blessed that that this ranch owner allowed us to come out here and hunt, and I'm excited about this hunt. So let's see how I do. There she is. Next shot, you think I did okay?
It was a good shot. That was a nice shot right in the neck. Deer dropped in its tracks. That's what you want.
That's what you want.
It's a Mason County doe, nice deer, healthy, good shape.
That's awesome.